Good evening, guys. My name is Bruno Teles, and as you can see, I'm not American, so that's the reason of my English. Unfortunately, you don't have the option of closed captions, so try to catch with my English as much as you can. So the first part of our syllabus is our course description. This class is about capital markets. We're gonna meet every Wednesday in the Shark Tank of our university between 6 and 8:30. I know this is a long class, but it's gonna be fun that you're not gonna even notice that you lost your dinner at our cafeteria. So what's capital markets about? Capital markets is about how can you use private and public markets to finance your company, to help with the growth of your company. Section 2, the course goals. What do we want to accomplish with this course? First of all, we want you to have a deep understanding of mergers and acquisitions. We want you to have a deep understanding of the valuation process and techniques of companies, especially private companies. We want you to understand more about venture capital, seed capital, about private equity funds, how new companies they are funded. These are the main objectives. But we also have the objectives of our MBA. This is a cross-listed class, so we're gonna have grad students with the undergrad students. Of course, the grad students, they're gonna have some extra work. But our MBA, we have a really concern here toward you that we want every single knowledge that we teach in class, we want to convey to the students that this knowledge is applicable to life. It can apply this knowledge to the market. The second goal that we have is the goal of our College of Business. Our College of Business, we have as main goal is to develop on you, to create on you a critical thing. You have to ask the questions, why? You're not just gonna accept everything that they're gonna tell you. You want the people that they're gonna question the status quo. But we also gonna have the objectives in every single class that we have here of our university. Oral Roberts University is a Christian university, and we believe in a philosophy, the philosophy of the whole person. We believe that at university we are not just developing knowledge, but we are developing your character, we are developing your spirit and your body, mind, and spirit, the whole person concept. And when we are talking about the spirit, all our goals in our class, the School of Business, the MBA program, the entire university, everything that we do, we try to tie with the scriptures. We integrate faith into our classroom. Section 3, what's going to be the outcomes for the students? What's going to be your takeaway from this course? The outcome of this class is that you're going to be able to analyze the current economy, and you're going to be able to analyze if this is the best moment to buy a company or to sell a company. You're going to be able to put a tag, a value on a company. You're going to be able to learn techniques about valuation, and you're going to be able to set up the price for a company. You're going to be able to perform a due diligence. You're going to be able to put together an offer. You're going to be able to structure a capital, the mix of debt and equity to buy a company or to sell a company. These are going to be the outcomes. But of course, in order to achieve this, we're going to have the lectures, but we're going to have to read some books. Section 4, what's going to be the tools that you're going to need in order to accomplish the goals of this course? And the first book that we're going to read is Deals from Hell, okay? And, in this book, we're going to learn everything that we are not supposed to do in the M&A industry. We're going to read the book, The New Tycoons. It's going to talk about how the private equity funds actually, they are funding pretty good part of the economy. And not just books we're going to read. We're going to have cases from Harvard and Stanford. And on top of this, we're going to have articles from Wall Street Journal. So everything that can help us to apply our knowledge and actually to dissect deals and everything and make you to learn, that's what we're going to do. Section 5, this is about the policies and the procedures that we're gonna have in place in this class. Every game, they have the rules. We have our rules. Every spring, you sign the owner code. And the owner code is law in our class. You have to put yourself to work. You cannot plagiarize. You cannot cheating. And there is another thing. In a group assignment, if you don't, work and if you don't help, you are cheating. And you can be penalized by the owner code. On top of this, your presence is mandatory. This is not an online class. Online, just the syllabus. But the class, you have to come to class. If you have many absences, you can fail the class or you can have downgraded a letter grade. How is going to be the grading system? We have 600 possible points, and we're going to have 200 points for the 3 exams that we're going to have, 100 points for quizzes, 100 points for cases, and 100 points for our final project. So if you get 90% of all these points, you get an A. If you get between 80% and 90%, you're going to get a B. If you get between 70 and 80%, you're going to have a C. If you have less than 70%, I'm going to have the pleasure to have you again next spring in our classroom. Section 6 is about the course calendar. Our calendar, it's not set in stone. We have here a proposal for a calendar. Why? Because sometimes we have assignments with the companies from outside of ORU, and these can mess up the calendar. So this is a tentative calendar. So we have the 3 exams. As you can see here, we have the ratio exams that is going to cover just ratio analysis. But the other 2 exams, the midterm and the final exam, they're going to cover any content covered in classroom, the books, the presentations, the cases, the final project. They can cover anything. Another thing, in every single class, we're gonna open the class with 2 things. First, a prayer. Second, a quiz. We have a quiz every single class. So that's it. If you have any question, if you need to talk to me, if you need any sort of clarification, I'm gonna provide you by the end of this presentation my contacts. Okay, God bless you.